Hey, second graders. Today we're doing Module 7, Lesson 20, and our learning target is I can solve addition and subtraction word problems involving length. Okay, so today you're going to need your problem set in front of you to follow along with me during the video. We're going to do a couple of the questions from the problem set, and we're going to do them right onto our notebook here, and then after you've done a couple with me, you're going to do the rest by yourself. All right, so pause, get your problem set out. Okay, let's look at number 1, and let's read the whole question out loud first. Mr. Ramos has knitted 19 inches of a scarf. He wants to be 1 yard long. How many more inches of scarf does he need to knit? Okay, so let's think about what can we draw that will help us think about this problem. He's knitted 19 inches of scarf. So let's think about a number bond here. Let's draw this 19-inch rectangle on top.
Come see the lid to it. I laid it right here. The lid was right here and it said.
And then when he's finished, he wants to have 1 yard. Well, you have to think about how many inches are in a yard. And if you can't remember, you can always go and look at your yardstick that you made. And your yardstick goes all the way up to 36 inches. So 1 yard is 36 inches. So he has 19 already knitted, but he wants to have, when he's done, 36 inches. So let's make this one be a lot bigger, because that's the scarf that he wants to have when he's finished. So it's kind of like 36 on here. It's kind of like he has this part knitted already, and then this is the part that he still has to knit. So we're going to show clearly here on our tape diagram, this is the part that we need to figure out. This is our unknown. How much does he have left to knit? So let's see here. Let's think about how we should go about solving this. Well, we need to find the difference between 19 inches and 36 inches. So we can always count up or we can subtract. So if we want to write a subtraction equation, we would subtract this whole big scarf that he wants to have. We would subtract out the part that he already has to find the part that he still needs to knit. So then we would do 36 minus 19 equals. Okay, now let's think about this. 36 minus 19. Now some people would say, wait a minute, I know what we can do. Let's do this. Let's adjust it so that instead of it being 36 minus 19, let's turn this into a new problem using compensation that'll be so much easier to subtract, but it'll still have the same difference. So what if we adjust this range by 1? Meaning, what if instead of doing 36, what if we pretend it's 37? And as long as we adjust the 19 up to 1 more, to 20, we will get the same answer here, because we've kept that same difference, that same range in between those two numbers. So 37 minus 20 is so easy when I think about it, because I can count back in my head using mental math. I can go 37, 27, 17. And so then it's easy for me to see that he still has 17 inches left to knit. Now, if you want to double check and make sure that you didn't get mixed up on using this strategy here for subtraction where you did compensation, you can always go back and you can think 36 minus 19. So you could always do it vertical. You could always check it with the calculator. You could do 36 minus 20 and then add 1 back. There's lots of different ways to do this, but totally this compensation here, because 19 was so close, it was only one away from 20, this made this problem super easy. All right, so then if we wanted to answer it in a sentence, the question was, how many more inches of scarf does he need to knit? He needs to knit 17 more inches. Period. Okay. The next one we're going to do together. I'm going to let you have number 2. I'm going to let you do that one without me. But I want to work with you on number 3. On number 3, let's read it first and then let's think about how we might draw it. Frankie has a 64-inch piece of rope and another piece that is 18 inches shorter than the first. So what is the total length of both ropes? So it seems to me like we know that he has one rope that's 64 inches, but we don't know how long that other piece is. All we know is that other piece is 18 inches shorter than this piece. But then we have to, once we find out that length, we're going to have to find the total length of both ropes. So this one actually has 2 things we have to solve for. So the first thing we're going to do here, let's draw the longer rope, the one we know that he does have. He's got the 64-inch length piece of rope. And now this other piece is 18 inches shorter. So we've got to think, what is 18 inches shorter than 64? So we can subtract it. We can count up. Let's go ahead and do, really, there's so many ways. I'm thinking, let's go ahead and subtract it. Let's go 64 minus 18. So you think about that. Solve it right now, and then I'll write in the answer. Okay, 64 minus 18 is 46. 46 inches. So that then meant that this second piece of rope is 46 inches. Now the final thing we have to solve is, what is the total length of both ropes? So for this one, if we want to find the total, we're going to add 64 plus 46, and that's going to give us the total. And I'm going to let you add those 2 numbers by yourself, and I'm going to let you write out the sentence, the total length of both ropes is, and put that together. So pause me until you've got this one done. You're still going to have to come back and do number 2. And then I want to do one more that's on the back here. This very last page has a 4, 5, and 6, and you're going to do them all. But I want to get you started on one of them in a minute. This last one here, the one I want to start you on, is this number 5, this triangle. Okay, let's read this problem together. The total length of all 3 sides of a triangle is 96 feet. The triangle has 2 sides that are the same length, and one of the equal sides measures 40 feet. What is the length of the side that's not equal? Okay, so if I'm looking at this triangle here, it says the 2 sides that are the same length, one of them is 40. So this length on this triangle here, that's 40 feet. Well, it just told me, though, that this side is equal to this side. So this side here is also 40 feet. This side down here at the bottom, that's the side we don't know. But we do know that when we add up 40 feet plus 40 feet plus this side here that we don't know, we know the total. We know the total is 96 feet. So what if we combine these two numbers here,
Mom, where's my iPad?
40 plus 40, and 40 plus 40 equals, oh, my kindergartner just answered that one, 80. It sure does. 40 plus 40 equals 80. And now we want to think 80 plus what number equals 96. So this is a great opportunity for you to count up or for you to subtract back. I would totally count up. I think that looks so easy because we're already at 80. We can do a jump to 90 and then finish the jump up to 96. And that will tell you the length of this third side. So then you can say the length of the side that is not equal measures. And you can put it there. All right, guys, today's work is one where you're going to need to persevere. I need all 6 problems finished, okay? But the good news is we did a whole one together and almost 2 others. I got you started. So there's not a whole lot that you have left to do today, but I need you to do all your thinking, persevering, and certainly try to draw something that'll help you make sense of the problem. All right? Happy math today.